Alright, what is up, you beautiful people, and welcome back to another Direct Strike Weekly Brawl. We got some new peoples over here on the side. Anyways, let's see. Brawl modifiers. Looks like we got a nuclear strike, rescue strike. Oh man, we have endurance. Oh, that's gonna be spicy. Units don't time out anymore, so this just seems like it's just gonna be a giant tank battle. And we also have Bountiful. Oh man, this is gonna be a giant tank battle. I don't actually know what I'm gonna do in this one. I got a Swan ally who will probably deploy some tanks. Looks like we have Dahaka who's probably gonna deploy some hosts. So I'll probably have to deploy some sort of front line of some sort. Okay, I'm against Phoenix. I think I can finish Phoenix off with a bunch of Blaze and whatchamacallit. Blaze Boswell combination, I think, can finish him off. So I might just open with the tanky boy. I don't actually know. I kind of want to like do something where I open like with pure Nakara. I don't know if that's gonna work. Ah, screw it. We'll just send out my boy Blaze here. Send him out first. I know he's not gonna do too much damage. Goliath opener. That is very interesting. There's a Carax here. Alright, I guess if you insist. Goliath opener. Very curious. Very curious. Okay. I think I'm just gonna micro the oil spill here. Fire attack. There we go.
Ready to fry.
When Caldalis jumps on. There we go. Caldalis is literally just gonna get roasted. He's not really gonna do too much damage to Blaze here. So there it is. I think once Blaze hits tier 3, I don't really think. Oh, it's another. What the? That's a lot of Phoenixes. I don't know. I feel like if I just pressure the ground, I think I can avoid anything that flies. The enemy are. It's helpful information, boys. Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, yesterday I went and took my course to basically obtain my license. It's basically like a pass-fail. If you fail, then you'd have to take the course again. And it's basically just about how not to kill yourself or someone else next to you when you use your recreational gun. But based on what I've learned about just like 22 long rifle, like the tiny little bullet caliber, which is still very lethal, is that Canadian gun laws are just kind of built around the hype and not really around the real lethality of everything. Because guns are guns. I think at the end of the day, guns are guns. And there's no mag size capacity restriction for anything that is a rim-fire cartridge or anything that's like a 22 long rifle, basically. Mostly because, I don't know, the bullet is supposed to be smaller and therefore supposedly less devastating. But against like an unarmored target, it is still gonna be able to kill you. You know, people aren't that tough. So yeah, there's no mag limit, so I'm just like, I can get a semi-automatic drum mag 22 long rifle, and that would totally be legal. And I'm like, that doesn't seem right. I don't know, like, cause everything else that's semi-automatic and there's like a center fire, so like basically your standard guns, or not standard guns, but like the guns you see all the time. Those guys are limited to 5 rounds, which is like, okay, sure, makes sense. Safety, you know, recreation, you just reload, you know? And yeah. That, and I realized that shotguns are really heavy. Like, they're ridiculously heavy, because I think the whole thing is made of metal. Or most of it's made of metal, whereas like a rifle is like, not so much. Like you can get away with some synthetics for the body. But anyways, it was a fun course. I learned a lot about just loading the gun, unloading it, making sure it's safe. Not much about the shooting, but you know, I feel like that's pretty straightforward, you know. Anyways, I'm not quite sure what we're gonna need here. Our opponents really haven't brought up much siege. I'm thinking I should just go for a Kev, like, cause I've already auto-gassed. I think I might just go for a Kev here. I can still refund him right now. Yeah, cause it looks like we're gonna get a bunch of like. Well, no. I need Sam. I need Sam to kill Phoenix. You need to be uncontrolled group 2. And you need to not use your detonator charge right away. But yeah, like Blaze can probably take care of all the adepts. I just gotta get like another Blaze here. Mobius Restraint. I'm gonna get the Restraint Matrix. I don't know if we'll need another one like the next tier. I'm gonna get 2 Blazes. And then make sure they have the high capacity oil spell. I don't know if I need Hades oil though. Let's see. Hades oil dealt by inflammation to 35 per second against light. That could be really good against Phoenix, because Phoenix's light units are still very chunky. When a unit under effect of by a fire attack, it takes 7 versus light damage per second. So it just takes 1 extra damage every second. Well, not the worst. Uh-oh. There's a bunch of immortals coming in here. Where are the tanks, boys? Oh. I mean, Blaze with all the backup here should be able to cut through here. Here we go. Did I put it on Phoenix? I did put it on Phoenix. He's dead. There we go. That's a lot of Legionaries. I might actually be tempted to go for some Siriuses, actually. Actually, I think I actually do need the inflame effect of the Hades oil. I've actually never buy it, but I feel like this is the time that I need to get it. Let's go. Let's get the Hades oil here. And then I think it's time to get some Nikaras or something like that. I don't know. Bountiful just means money to spend. Oh man. There we go. Oh, we got the creeper hosts. There it is, boys. The creeper hosts are here. Oh, I'm gonna get Nikara down here. So the idea is I think Nikara can really help stack. Because she's less likely to just run forward and die and stuff. I'm gonna get that Emojin. Get those Emojin nanites here. Get that big lag, frame freeze, record scratch. There we go, we got a Taldar in here. Oh, they're all focused on trying to kill. Oh shoot. That's not good. Yeah, I'm gonna need that tier 3. Once I get that tier 3, the anti-armor is gonna be not that bad. Yeah, because I think his Phoenix draws their attention, so maybe what I want is a Blaze here, and then a Blaze back here. So like one Blaze takes it all at the front, and then another Blaze goes and shows up later. The Disruptors you're going after. Ooh, okay, here we go. We just gotta keep the hosts alive, really. We got 2 of them. Ooh. The Annihilator instant contact Karax build. I don't know, I probably would have went for Mirages maybe, actually. I don't know. Like a Mirage carrier build seems a bit more reliable. Uh-oh, there's just basic swarm hosts here. Let's see. Boom. Nikara's just running around. Alright, boom. We got Mojo coming out here. There we go. Tychus is getting beamed here. Sam is 1v1ing. Oh, well, Sam took down that guy, at very least. We're not, like, winning our wave just yet. But, yeah, I really feel like I could just get a Sirius. Because Sirius will kill all those Legionaries. I feel like I should. Yeah, I should put the Sirius, like, right on top of where all my other guys are anyways. Yeah, going tier 3 is going to cost me a little bit. Swan is building so much front line. It's not really that great because it's like paper front line.
Not enough minerals.
He's literally sending in the conscript fire bats. Or those conscript hell bats. Alright, give me that detonator here. Mobius Restraint Matrix should be okay. Boom, boom. Oh man, but the Immortals here are wrecking my Blazes here. Holy. There we go. Put the grenade on him. Alright. Oh yeah, I think Tychus just gets surrounded real quick. There we go. Detonator is alive. Let's see. 1v1ing Mojo here with the help of the laser beam. There we go. We got the stacks. Actually, Sirius is probably the most likely one to stack, I'll be honest. So technically, the best thing to do is probably to stack a bunch of Siriuses. Yes, Zealots. There we go. He just ran in there. Yeah, okay, now we got some Swan tanks here. Oh, but they're all in the center, and the Disruptors are actually destroying everything. Disruptors seem to be a lot more potent than I remember them to be. I don't know. They've always been kind of like a meme unit, I feel. I don't know, let's get the Sure Shot Network kill. If I should put Tychus back here, and then this back here. And then, there we go. I definitely need the tier 3 shield for Blaze as well. Alright, there we go, disable that guy. I guess Tychus just has a shorter range. There we go. Only Kaldala survived there. This week we're just gonna have like 5-hour games. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, boys. I'm like trying to like do stuff with like do other stuff now, and I'm like with my busy schedule. And this also trying to balance the videos. It's actually a very interesting experience. You know, I want to say, like, if you guys are still watching right now, I'm very, very glad and thankful for everybody's support here and continuing support. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like YouTube has really changed in my life in a way. It's changed because some things you have to go through to understand. You know, you can't like read about it or experience it. You know, like sure you can read about applying yourself every day so that you can get closer to your goals and stuff and whatnot, right? But like actually seeing it happen and understanding the feeling and like the struggle behind it, and you gotta disable Kolarian because he's gonna kill everybody. That hits different. I don't know. It just hits hella different. Oh, there's a carrier. Okay, you know what, Sam, you gotta get a strong demo charge. I think Kolarian survives though. He has more than 1,000 HP. No, he has exactly 900. Okay. Yeah, so Sam, you're gonna get the big demo charge, please. Thank you. But yeah, like it hits different. I don't know. I feel like YouTube has changed me like mentally in a way, like because of the experience of building the channel up. Like that first year was super instructive. And honestly, like there's always something to learn. I think like there's never a moment where there's never a moment where there's no opportunity to learn stuff. So yeah, I'm really glad for that. Anyways, looks like we're getting overrun by 5 billion immortals. What we really need now is gonna be some kevs. Ooh, okay. Come on, Blaze. Blaze is still tanking here. But Blaze doesn't really do much damage to the immortals. That's the only problem. Alright, go disable that Colossus. It's the best you can do. We probably have to drop a rescue move, which is not gonna be great. Alright, we're gonna need some kevs in here. Kevs. Can't really. I think Vega can bring this guy down to the ground. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I think I'm gonna nuke here. Should I nuke here? I think nuking Karax's wave is probably the worst one though, because he just revives. There we go. Boom. Let's hit that one here. But yeah, I don't know. The Colossi are just gonna get taken up by the Glidesters. That's pretty good. But yeah. I just want to say I appreciate y'all so much. Oh man. Anyways, let's get some. There we go. What's Kev doing over here? Kev's going on a 1v1 journey. I think Kev can help us smash through these things here a bit better. There we go. Come on, Kolarian, get closer. Get closer. There we go. Oh my god, I hit Warbringer. Ah, whatever, it's fine. They're both equally powerful. Wait, I thought this thing did 1,000 damage. Warbringer was supposed to die. How'd he survive? Huh? Anyways, doesn't matter. I guess it kind of does matter. You know, Nikara actually being one of the ones who stays alive until the end is pretty good. I wish I could just build Nikara only, because then I could like support my teams better. My team is currently too fragile for that, so I can't really go for pure Nikara. I think I need hammer munitions, and if I think I need hammer munitions, it means I should have had it yesterday. So let's get it going. There we go. Kev can rip apart these immortals like they're nothing, because he does like 80 damage per shot. The upshot is he also takes a lot of damage, so you know, there's that. Okay, toss that capacitator on Phoenix. Hopefully he doesn't. Oh, he used this energy shield defense thing. Whatever, it's fine. We still have our nukes, and I don't think we don't really need to use them right now. So we're good. We're good. This video is gonna be uploaded late for sure. I don't even know, because like this game is good. It takes like about as much game time to render the video, and then it takes like twice of that time to upload it because of Pega internet speed. So that's gonna be an experience. I'm gonna get the endurance supplements here because we need to be out here now. Oh man, those tanks are so fragile here. I'm gonna drop a nuke. Let's do it. That should hit the bulk of the wave. We killed most of the important stuff. Discard the shaft. The shaft? Or the chaff? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Let's go. There we go. That's it. I dropped my nuke. That's desperation, boys. Okay, come on. Sam, I need you to get closer here. There we go. Go disable that. I mean, disabling Klarian doesn't really stop him from attacking stuff. He's still... Wait, how does he not die? Sam has a 1,000 damage grenade, doesn't he? What's going on here? Klarian only has 900 HP. He should be dead. Hello? Oh, is it because he was inside of this, like, shield capacitor? Like, the sentry shield? Because that would be hilarious. And, I mean, I guess it's working as intended then. Yeah, look at the Swan's front line. He's getting massacred. All those Hellbats just walk forward and just go pop. Mobius aggression blends. I feel like I should get some Mobius aggression blends. Oh, my allies are just not able to stack up. I'm not able to stack up either because I'm freaking Tychus. I have to like decisively win my waves, and right now that is not really what's happening. That's kind of bad. I'm able to kind of push through this wave, but the next wave is like, oof, that's a yikes. Ooh, that's a yikes. At least I can burst heal, right? I got that invigorating burst. I can also heal my allies, Ultralisks and stuff. So there's that. Hey, you know what? Nikara's alive, so we're doing good. She's fighting hard out there. Okay. I think I just need another blaze out here. Get another armor. I don't know. I think I just need more blazes. Maybe I should get Boswells to get them to like just do their own thing. But I'm starting to think like Nux could also be a good investment at this point. Bountiful means that we're not really too behind monetarily. And hey, that's Pandatifus. Nuke. We're gonna need to nuke here, boys. Oh man, I think I need another Nikara. I don't know if our allies... Oh, there we go. He figured out how to nuke. We're still taking some damage on the base, though. I think Stukov is definitely going to be really pogs. Really pogies. There we go. Yeah, enemy saying good nuke. That was not really a good nuke. I don't know if our teammates actually know how to use the nuke. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know if it's like a BM good nuke or if it's like a good nuke. That was like... You know, that was necessary to stay in the game. But this is only delaying the inevitable, basically. We need more Creeper hosts, actually. And there's only like 4 of those, I think, over there. Alright. I'm gonna get another Kev. Maybe this is the wrong choice. I don't know, boys. Let's get another Kev here. There's a lot of armor. And then, I mean, there are some Zealots here, too. But, oh, I said I was gonna get another Nikara. I never get enough support units. Alright, boys. Died because I did not buy enough support units. That's what I was going to say on the gravestone. Why is there a nuke coming out here? Oh no. Oh no, it didn't catch all of them. Alright, whatever. That's all our nukes. So, you know what? The game's going to probably end in like the next minute or two. Unless we pull off some like a miracle victory, which I don't think is going to happen. I don't know. I feel like as Tychus it's kind of hard. Unless you really know what you're doing. I feel like I probably should have went and stacked Sirius's from like the beginning, like right from the start. But yeah, I sort of just thought Swan would be fine, you know. But I was incorrect. I forgot that Swan has paper front line. I mean, he just needed to buy more tanks, right? Just buy more tanks. It's fine. You know, his tank line is here. His Goliath's alternative front line is out here. Tank's actually shielding our front line here. Yeah, I mean, we're pushing through. My 3 Kevs, and then with my Nikara. Okay, I'm gonna just disable Mojo. I don't know, boys. I think it is because of the sentry field here that they were able to survive. Nikara shielded herself. I suppose that's not too bad. Oh, she just drew all that aggro. And you get some armor on my outlaws as well. But I do need to get some upgrades on my Nikara.
Standing by.
Get that defense matrix upgrade. Sirius has had no kill. Wait, how come it says I have no kills? Oh, it's because of, okay, endurance glitches out, so I don't think like units get kills this week. Like you can't see the kill score basically. They glitch out because I don't know, some strange reason. I don't actually know what's behind it, but I think it's happened before. Like I just remember this happening before. I'm gonna get two levels. Oh, they're gonna beat me, of course. Well, my two Nikars are gonna try and brute force heal through it. Sometimes siege tanks are really stupid. Yes, yes they are. Yes they are. Oh god. Well, at least my Kevs are just they're trying their best. My Nikars kind of heal through it actually. We need meat wall. Ooh, the hosts are actually kind of hitting critical mass. Zelt's already in range and charging me. Well, that's the Swan tank experience. That is the Swan tank experience. That is the Swan tank experience, boys. If these were Rainer fast siege tanks, guarantee things would be a lot different. The Swan tank experience, boys. They're like, press the siege button. No, press the unsiege button. No, press the siege button. Ah! And then they're dead. Damage output, I did okay. Not the best, really. But, I mean, for having no stacking units, the fact that I still kept a decent pace is okay. Probably could have been a better performance overall. But this week is going to be hard for Tychus because none of your units really stack too well. I don't know, it could be an argument made for a bunch of Siriuses. And then it would be time to get serious. Anyways, let's go on to the tier list. Alright, and we are back like almost 5 days later. Oh my god. Okay, anyways, let's go. So, Brawl modifiers, we got a rescue strike. Each player has a defensive nuke. We got endurance. Units no longer timeout after 90 seconds, which is great for stacking. And we got bountiful, beautiful little modifier where refineries give double income. So, strategy this week. Wait a minute, I didn't update this part. Hold on. Alright, okay, I updated this part. There we go. Bam! So, overall strategy I think this week is we just want to focus on locusts, tanks, and other stackers. Locusts and tanks are probably the first thing that come to mind because they are probably the most potent ones. And ultimately, you kind of want to balance your ability to clear versus to stack. Because you want to get the ball rolling, but you don't want to only have stack and then get run over. You don't want to only have clear and then just be like, I'm out of juice because you don't have like value generation. So that's that. Here's how everything stacks up, I think, for this week. So I think in the S tier we have Dahaka, undoubtedly, because Dahaka, I think, can literally ignore building any front line as for like quite a bit of time, as long as because Dahaka has Dahaka. He is the front line. And then you just spam Creeper Host. Creeper Hosts just spawn Banelings. They do AoE damage. They can handle air if you upgrade them too, which makes them somewhat weaker, but you know, it's not too bad. And Dahaka also has like some of the thickest front line in the game with Ultralisk and Tyrannosaurs and Dahaka himself. So if you do need to front line, you can obviously sprinkle in, you know, light seasoning of those units here. So yeah, Dahaka is going to be the commander to beat this week. Now, actually in the S tier, a little strange, but I actually have Rainer because not because Rainer tanks are good, but there's potential, but I don't think they're that great. I think Rainer's Death Fleet is going to be nuts this week. So you want to build Vikings on the ground, and they will basically kill everything that flies, maybe with the exception of stuff Han and Horner has. And you can just get some Banshees to bully the stuff out of everything that is on the ground. The only exception, I think, is Locust will probably still be quite dangerous. But I think the Banshee AoE, if you have enough Duskwings and just baby Banshees, they should be able to obliterate Locusts in large droves. And obviously tanks are not a problem for these guys because tanks can't shoot them. So there's that. So I think that's why Rainer's S tier. If you build Bio, ooh, that's a oof. Don't build Bio this week. Han and Horner. Well, let's see. Han and Horner has very flexible strategy. You can literally just roll out like, I don't know, grenade car reapers just to clear. And then transition, I think you can probably transition into like pure Deimos Viking or like Deimos Viking supported by Assault Galleons. And that could do very well because Deimos Vikings with their AoE shredders can be decent at clearing locusts. If Horner has to clear tanks, then I think Assault Galleons wouldn't be too bad because Assault Galleons just can't be shot by tanks. And I think you can also do like a Sabaisi Wraith, Giga Wraith transition, although Wraiths are unlikely to stack, mostly because they have such tiny range. But I think Horner's utility and like scaling into the late game with like Horner units getting more HP and Han's units getting much more attack speed, I think it's a pretty good, pretty spicy mix there. Now in the A tier, we also have some pretty strong commanders. Abathur, I think, is just strong because of his Locust. That's just pretty self-explanatory. Abathur's Locusts are just going to dominate this week. And you can, stash a few Vipers in there too to help stop opponents' siege tanks. Locusts don't really get stopped by the Vipers, like Blinding Cloud that much. But Vipers can also be a pretty strong form of air control against clumping enemy air, which, air clumps, but like low health clumping enemy air. So I think Abathur is definitely going to be really good, but probably not as like a DPS, but as like a value generating meat shield. Manx, on the other hand, can definitely do some stacking. I think Manx's Earth Shaker Artillery is going to be vital in stopping your opponents from stacking because it can just hit anything across the map. And usually it'll target, if it targets something that doesn't move, like a host, like a swarm host or a tank, it's a guaranteed hit. Might not kill it, but it'll do enough damage that maybe it'll whittle it down. And Manx himself has some really good tanks, so you could probably be packing a few of those. And you can pack like some, throwaway cheap frontline. But I don't think Manx has the capacity to beat Dahaka Creeper Host, for example, because Manx is very vulnerable to explosions. So that's why I think Manx is not quite S tier. Also the same reason why Nova's not quite S tier. Nova's tanks are probably the one to beat this week because they are tanky, they do a lot of damage, and you can buy them in large numbers. And they also have ridiculous range, so the chances of them stacking are very high. So Nova's tanks are pretty powerful. Unfortunately, tanks I think they lose to Creeper Hosts. Swarm Hosts, they might be able to beat after you hit critical numbers, but it's kind of hard. Nova can probably throw in a few Hellbat Rangers and that'll maybe give the tanks the amount of time to set up before the Hellbat Rangers get melted. But there's that. Now also with Karax, I think Karax's Crusher ground composition could be very powerful because Karax Colossi will obliterate any sort of particulate units on the ground, aka Locusts. His Colossi are pretty good too at dealing with tanks. Most tanks don't have that much HP, and I mean, if he does have to deal with some like heavier tanks like Manx tanks or Nova tanks, the Zealots will get right in the face of the tanks, and they'll probably take the first aggro hits for the Colossi, and then of course they'll die, so the Colossi will probably get targeted. But the Colossi will set the floor on fire, and the Zealots will also chop the tanks up. So I think Karax can really effectively clear this week, which is good. He also has the beam, which can also be used to clear instead of your rescue strike, for example. Now in the B tier, we have commanders who I think are strong-ish, but they're not like super strong. They're not like super weak. So Artanis, I think, has to take on the role of like just clearing and plowing through. I don't think you want to stack with Tempest this week, mostly because Locusts are going to be a thing, and Tempests suck against Locusts because they just take too long to hit them. You can probably go for a Crusher Deathball Artanis with Spinning Zealots. I don't know if Immortals or Dragoons. I think probably Immortals because they shoot faster. So their DPS is a little higher. Dragoons might look like they might be better, but they kind of really suck against Locusts. And it might be like Immortal, Archon, Zealot, Reaver. And heavy emphasis on Reavers because you'll probably need to clear a lot of stuff. If there's not really any tanks, then like you can probably just go all out on like Immortals. And Immortals will eat those tanks alive. So yeah, I think Artanis' role is just to clear. Is it super strong? It's not super strong because you're not really stacking too hard, but I don't think it's super weak. But if you start losing, then it's a bad one. Stukov's in the B tier. Stukov tanks they're strong. They can beat Locusts, but I think they get outgunned by every other tank that's in the A tier. And and I don't know. That's a little oof. They just get outgunned. Stukov can meat shield a little bit. In terms of clearing, I'm not quite sure. Like Stukov's best clearing unit is probably a combination of tank, bunker, and like an APOC. Obviously, got to build up to that. Alex could be like okay value generation. You could probably do like a cheese like early Alex. I don't know if that would work, because if your opponents aren't ready for a cheese early Alex, then like it will stack and like it will be like the Broodlord dream. So yeah, maybe I should try and pull one of those off here. I don't know. This is where I wish I had more time to make more videos, guys. Anyways, Alarak B tier. Wrathwalkers are great stackers. Unfortunately, single target, bit of a yikes. But if you're not against Locust, which is probably gonna be rare, Wrathwalkers can probably just take over because they're stronger than most tanks, or on par with them, if not slightly better, I would say. Havocs give them the same range as tanks. Havocs also increase damage amp. There could be some spicy strategy involved where you can go big brain boy on Alarak, due to the fact that it's double minerals, and like you could just juice up one ascendant and like use it to like send out a giga blast. Probably a pipe dream. Don't do it. But yeah, Vanguards are pretty good at clearing out Locusts with their AoE splash. You'll probably need a lot of them. Against enemy tanks, I think Alarak himself is a great tank. So there's that. You could also probably switch to dominating the skies with motherships. Motherships really only go down to stuff like Vikings, in like Deimos Vikings, I think I'm thinking more of, or like lots of mirages, like, you know, just getting blasted to death by like bee stings. But yeah, I think Alarak is going to be pretty tough to beat if the other things that are in the S and A are not here. So yeah, Warzone B tier. Stalkers are like the jank Protoss version of Locust, but like not as good. I think Warzone actually has a huge edge if you can get a large stack of invisible void rays. If your opponents are not able to take those out, if you have like a large Corsair fleet that might be able to snipe detectors, that could be a spicy thing. But of course, your opponent's gonna be scanning all the time, and the 25 mineral tax does not hurt as bad when you have Bountiful, I guess. Phoenix B tier. He has the Colossus / carrier stack potential. He can definitely deal with tanks and hosts. But I don't know, Colossi don't do a lot of damage, and their range for like a long range stacker is kind of small actually. Yeah, like the only one that does a lot of damage is Warbringer. I think maybe carriers could be okay, but carriers aren't exactly the supreme air-to-air unit par excellence. So there's that. I think Phoenix, he's not like in a terrible position, but he's not in like a stellar position. C tier, we got Kerrigan and Tychus. So Kerrigan, I think you're probably just going to end up building like a lot of Ultralisk. That's probably it. Ultralisk counter Locust, Ultralisk counter most other frontliners, I think, except for like, yeah, most other frontliners. Ultralisk counter, they don't really counter tanks, but like they can get right on top of them, so like it's pretty good. And they have a lot of health to take hits from tanks. So yeah, I think Kerrigan is just Ultralisk City yet again. Maybe toss in a few Broodlords. I don't know about Lurkers. Lurkers, I'm not a fan of them, but like, yeah, Broodlords might be better. I don't know. Tychus C tier because it's tough to play Tychus, first of all. Second of all, you can't really stack. I think you have to do serious, and it might be like a serious struggle this week. Maybe not, actually. If you micro the turrets and you throw them on top of the swarm hooves, might be good, because Sirius actually gives detection. So potentially serious spam Tychus could be really good. You also have lots of minerals this week. But yeah, a conventional Tychus build this week, I think, is going to be big struggle. You're basically just going to be like really bad meat shield for your team. Yeah, so I think Tychus this week, you probably have to go serious. Now in the D tier, we have our Stack Breaker boys and Swan. So Stetman Stack Breaker is going to be dulled, obviously, by the fact that there's going to be so much stack to break. You're just going to be out of juice by the time you get there. Stetman's stacking unit is the Lurker / Battle Carrier Lord. Battle Carrier Lord costs $5 billion. That's kind of offset by Bountiful, but like, oof, that's not that great. I don't think. I think Locust would probably overwhelm it, actually. That or Creeper Host is gonna be really powerful against it. And any sort of flying enemy is gonna destroy your BCL. And Stetman's anti-air presence is good against anything that's a Mutalisk, and a Mirage slash what is that thing? Phoenix. But yeah, other than that, it's like it's a bit of a yikes. So there's that for Stetman. You probably have to spam Ultralisk, but Stetman Ultralisks are pricey. They're durable against like bigger units, so they might be good against the tanks. So he might not be all bad, but it's like it'll take some time to get going. I just don't see Stetman as like, I feel like you could just play something simpler and just spam Kerrigan instead. You know, I don't know. D tier, Zagara. Zagara has no stacking units realistically. Hunter killers are kind of like a stacking unit, but like everything else Zagara's got going on is like just explode. Now, if you have to explode on more things, you're just gonna run out of gas faster, so that's kind of bad. But I think if you want to try and make it work this week, you just gotta go right to tier 3 and buy abs, and only abs, like literally nothing else but abs. Maybe even skip Zagara, I don't know. And you're wondering why Swan isn't D tier, because this is a tank stack week, so Swan should probably be up higher because his tanks are strong, right? Well, his tanks are made of like whatever Soviet tanks are made of, as in they die in like one hit. So that's not ideal if you want to have the endurance stack. Most of the commanders who are going to be able to tank stack really well have really chunky tanks, or they have fast siege tanks, or they have both. Because the fast siege means that tanks can at least drop some shots before they die. Swan tanks can't do that. Does Swan have a good front line? Not really. It's more of a throwaway front line. Like the Hellbats go in and they last for like 5 seconds maybe, and then they all die. And then Swan has no front line left, and it's like, well, now what? And yeah, against Endless Locust, if you can drive your tanks up after your allies' super thick wave, then maybe that'll work. But by himself, Swan is gonna be a big struggle this week. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the tier list this week. I know this one didn't come out at the usual time, because I was getting my gun license. And yeah, like I just realized that, you know, one golden rule is I shouldn't disrupt my routine, because this tier list is coming out on a Wednesday now. But yeah, anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, and until next time, I will see you guys later.
The tires, let's light some fires!
Need a light.
They picked the wrong fight.